Without wasting time with lengthy introductions, we start the video with Gothic Remake, a game that is a modern recreation of the classic action RPG Gothic, originally released in 2001. This remake is being developed by Alkahest Interactive and published by THQ Nordic. The remake will use Unreal Engine 5 to create modern and detailed visuals while maintaining the dark and medieval atmosphere of the original. The story will follow the narrative of the original game, where the player controls a nameless prisoner in a magical mining colony surrounded by an impenetrable barrier.
You're safe now. Get inside and bar the doors quick as you can, okay?
Thank you, miss.
Hurry.
Next on the list is Dragon Age: The Veilguard, the upcoming release in the Dragon Age series, developed by BioWare and published by Electronic Arts. The game is set in Thedas, a vibrant world full of wild forests, treacherous labyrinths, and gleaming cities, immersed in conflicts and secret magics. You take on the role of a rook, a newcomer who joins a group of heroes to face this threat. The Veilguard is a game that promises to please both longtime fans of the series and new players.
Tetris. The Enotria in these streets.
Throne and Liberty is a free MMORPG developed by NCSoft, set to be released on October 1st, 2024. The game features a vast, borderless world with day and night cycles that affect gameplay and character abilities. Players can create their own classes based on weapon choices, allowing for unique customization of combat styles. Players can swap skills on the battlefield, transform into fallen bosses for tactical advantage, or use morphs to change shape.
But we hate you.
Your chances and the occasional giant toad.
The new game in the Fable franchise is being developed by Playground Games in partnership with Turn 10 Studios and will be published by Xbox Game Studios. This title is a reboot of the series, serving as a new entry in the Fable universe, and is set to be released exclusively for Xbox Series and Microsoft Windows in 2025. Details about the gameplay are scarce, but there are mentions that the game may include a dog as an important companion on the player's journey, a feature that many fans of the original series appreciated.
To the most exclusive club in all of Albion. Thought I'd get her out there, make the most of her gift. But you know what it's like when you're young and you have a point to prove. I tell you, this kid, she had it all. The skill, the talent, the power. She was something else, all right.
The era of unending peace is past. It is now time for we wolves of war to awaken. Fix your eyes forward, lest you...
Project Awakening is an action RPG developed by Cygames, initially announced in 2018. Since then, the title has generated high expectations, but also a certain mystery as few details have been disclosed over the years. The game is set in a high fantasy open world, inspired by stories like Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones. The aim is to offer a combat-rich experience, with a focus on battles against colossal creatures in a medieval environment. Project Awakening's gameplay seems to focus on dynamic combat, with elements reminiscent of games like Dark Souls, where dodging and evasive maneuvers are crucial. Alkahest is a first-person action-adventure RPG that promises an immersive experience in a realistic medieval world. Instead of using magic, Alkahest stands out for its alchemy system, which is complex and essential to gameplay. Players can follow recipes or mix collected ingredients throughout the game, using substances in creative ways such as projectiles, weapon oils, or even consuming them. This approach allows for a variety of unpredictable outcomes in each scenario, adding a layer of strategy to combat.
I intend to wage war, not parley.
Everything all right, eh?
Kingdom Come: Deliverance 2 has been officially announced and promises to be a much larger game than its predecessor. The developers claim that the new title will feature 2 unique maps, each the size of the first game, and nearly double the amount of cutscenes, making it a truly colossal project. The game is set in 15th century Bohemia, offering an incredibly authentic version of this historical setting. Players will be able to explore an extensive city, interact with peasants and nobles, and discover a vast and rich countryside that includes taverns, bathhouses, castles, and much more. Crimson Desert is an upcoming open-world action RPG developed by Pearl Abyss, the South Korean studio known for creating the MMORPG Black Desert Online. It is described as an open-world action RPG with survival elements. Based on the trailers and gameplay footage released, the game seems to have impressive and detailed visuals. Initially announced as an MMORPG prequel to Black Desert, the concept has evolved into a game focused on a single-player experience with multiplayer elements.
A world that was once destroyed.
Ashfall is a post-apocalyptic MMORPG shooter set in a world devastated by nuclear war caused by artificial intelligence. The game was announced in May 2023 and promises a rich and immersive experience, combining exploration and combat in a world ravaged by conflict. In the Ashfall universe, players control fully customizable characters who explore abandoned cities, arid deserts, and battlefields of the old world. The game features a variety of mutant creatures resulting from the nuclear conflict, along with a wide range of futuristic weapons. GreedFall 2, The Dying World is the highly anticipated sequel to the 2019 action RPG GreedFall. The story of GreedFall 2 takes place 3 years before the events of the first game, and this time you do not play as Desardet. Instead, you step into the shoes of a native of Tir Frady, forcibly taken from your island and brought to the continent of Gakan, home of the colonists. The developer promises a game larger and more ambitious than its predecessor, with more regions, creatures, and a more complex story.
True balance lies beyond the edge of a blade.
Do not take...
Enotria, The Last Song, is an action RPG set in a world inspired by Italian folklore, with a visual style that blends beauty and shadows. The game is described as a Souls-like, meaning it presents challenging combat, focus on exploration, and a progression system based on learning from mistakes. The game offers a variety of weapons and character classes, with 6 unique classes and 4 distinct weapon classes. You can use masks that alter your role in the game, allowing you to explore different playstyles.
Are you ready to sacrifice? Sacrifice everything to become the savior.
Path of Exile 2 is a free-to-play action RPG developed by Grinding Gear Games. The game is set in the same dark world as the original, years after the events of the first game. You will face the spreading corruption across the continent. Path of Exile 2 features a complex skill system with 240 skill gems and 200 support gems. These gems can be combined to create unique builds. The game introduces a new campaign with 6 acts, 100 distinct environments, 600 monsters, and 100 bosses. Well, that was the list. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and until next time.
Now, are you ready to fulfill